The Derma roller is the most popular microneedling device on the market. People find it easy to use, cheap, and most importantly, effective at regrowing hair, especially when combined with Minoxidil. And I know this very well personally because I've been microneedling for the past 4 years and I was able to regrow my lost hair. This was me when I started on week 1, week 2, 4, 7, 8 and 10. Here's a before and after comparison picture. But to be honest, I've made many mistakes at the beginning which were easily avoidable. I just didn't know what I was doing wrong until I read what scientific papers tell you about how to do it the right way. So today I want to show you how to use a Derma roller and Minoxidil to regrow hair. So let's go. The Derma roller is a device with tiny needles which you roll over the scalp to create micropunctures. These micropunctures heal quickly, leading to the creation of collagen and elastin fibers in the skin, which are fundamental building blocks that keep the skin looking young and elastic. That is why it was at first used as an anti-scarring treatment for acne scars, as well for rejuvenating the skin. However, when used on the scalp, it reaches the dermal papilla, which sits beneath the thick layers of the skin. It is thought today that by reaching the dermal papilla, microneedling stimulates this lowest part of the follicle to grow thicker and healthier again, since it activates the body's healing mechanism. Thus, thinning or miniaturized hair is able to start growing thicker and healthier again, which is the desired outcome. Moreover, people combine the Derma roller with topical Minoxidil, which is one of the best hair regrowth treatments on the market today. The idea is that it also allows Minoxidil to work better, since historically Minoxidil had one big problem: penetrating the skin. With these microchannels created by the Derma roller, we are able to allow Minoxidil to penetrate and reach the follicles where it is needed. Thus, it creates an added benefit and a synergistic effect when combining both treatments. However, to get the best results, there are two important aspects when it comes to choosing the correct Derma roller, which we are going to discuss here. First, the needle type of the Derma roller. Not all Derma rollers are the same, and unfortunately, some work worse than others. For example, this one here is a 540 disc needle Derma roller. These are common to find on the internet and are the cheapest of them all because they don't use real needles. Instead, they use disc-shaped needles, which are mass-produced and hence why they are so cheap. The problem with these is that they have a triangular shaped end instead of real needles, which are more cylindrical. When entering the skin, these triangular shaped needles cause more damage to the skin than necessary. And this is bad because the skin takes longer to recover, and it is while recovering that the hair regrowth process starts. I would completely avoid these Derma rollers as they are trash. Instead, go for one with real needles, like this one. This brand, Follically, uses hand-placed real needles. It is clear with this banana, which is used as an example of your skin, how much cleaner and more precise the micropunctures are, which allows the skin to recover faster. Besides, another great thing about this Derma roller is the needle material. This real needle Derma roller is made out of titanium needles. Titanium is compatible with the skin and lasts much longer before needing replacement, which is great. I will leave the Derma roller I recommend below in the description. Alright, so now that we have covered the perfect Derma roller, let us talk about the second most important part, the needle size. Many people on this channel ask me over and over what the best needle size is. And after endless testing and reading clinical studies, I've got the answer. You see, smaller needles are not really able to penetrate deeply enough into the skin and start the stimulation process, while needles that are too long are very painful and can create unnecessary damage to the skin. I, for one, have been using 1.5mm needles for a long time. This was, in all honesty, okay, but it is the longest needle size one should use, and I wouldn't recommend getting into such a needle size. No, the best needle size for most people is 0.5mm and 1mm at the most. A recent clinical study compared longer needle sizes with shorter ones, like the 0.5mm Derma roller, and found that both needle sizes produce good results, but this shorter needle size is more effective at regrowing hair. So for beginners, I would 100% recommend starting with a 0.5mm Derma roller. And if you wish, you can upgrade to a 1mm Derma roller in the future, but never go beyond 1.5mm needles, as it is unnecessary. I will leave a link to a 0.5mm Derma roller below in the description. Okay, so let's see how to use the Derma roller correctly in combination with Minoxidil. For this example, I will be using a 0.5mm Derma roller. The first step is to take the Derma roller out of the box and disinfect it with alcohol. This is the easiest way to disinfect the Derma roller before use, but if you don't have alcohol at home, you can also use warm water and soap, which should also be able to remove any bacteria and microorganisms from the device. Next, select the area you want to treat. It is not necessary to treat areas with healthy hair, only those parts where your hair is thinning or where you want to encourage further hair growth. In my case, that's the temple area. Derma roll over the area 5 to 7 times horizontally. Lift the roller and repeat vertically. Just apply light pressure. The skin should turn slightly red, like this. A little pinpoint bleeding is okay, but you really don't need to overdo it. Now, when should you apply Minoxidil and how? Before, I used to apply Minoxidil right after derma rolling, which is wrong. You need to wait 24 hours before applying Minoxidil again, as it contains alcohol that irritates the skin. So, for example, I like to derma roll on Sundays. Then, the following Monday, I resume applying Minoxidil as usual. This is the technique that best worked for me. As shown before, you should start seeing results between months 2 and 4. Just stay consistent with the routine and use good products like Follicly to get the quickest results. I will leave all the links below in the description. Let me know in the comments what your results were using these products. I will be very interested to know. Until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Bye.